Hi and welcome to 7D Service Instructions. Today we are going to show you how to deglaze a window and put a new piece of glass in it. Tools that we're going to use today, we'll have a paddle, or you can have a hammer or a mallet, a wood chisel. You might need the screwdriver, a putty knife, and a straight edge razor blade. Also, I have double-sided glazing tape or silicone caulking that could be used. First, we need to take the sash out of the frame. Tilt the sash in, pop the pins out, and then you want to set your sash on your table. Now I'm also going to show you how to do one of our older windows. This first one here is a Evolution series window, and when you first need to take the parting beads out, the glazing beads out of the window that go around. So you need to take a wood chisel, okay, and where you put this in is in between the crack of the glazing bead and the sash frame. And when you do that, you need to spread it apart and slowly work the corner up out of the channel. And eventually, you can work the whole piece up and out of the channel as you're working it. A little bit of pressure on the end. And it slowly works itself out of the channel. Once you remove all 4 glazing beads from the window, then you can remove the glass. Now I'm going to show you the 5700 series, or the 4000 is a pound-in bead. It's a little bit different. You can't just work it out. You take your chisel the same way, put it between the crack of the sash and the glazing bead, a little bit down, and then you want to hit it sideways with a mallet, a hammer, a chisel, or some sort of paddle, and it just pops right out. You work that the whole way up, you take the beads out of those things. So this one here is the one we'll deglaze. It'll be the same as the new window, except for taking the beads out. So you remove all the beads. Now, once you have your beads removed, you set those aside. Flip the sash over. Use your putty knife, and you take the putty knife between the sash and the glass. So anywhere between there, and you want to break that bead the whole way around. And that's being held in there either by a tape or a silicone. So you need to work your knife the whole way around. Once you get it good and loose, keep working it out. Glass should pop right out. Okay, now I'd like to remind you that this is glass and it is sharp on the edges. So when you're working with the glass, handling the glass itself, you may want to put your gloves on for this, for handling the glass. So now that you have your piece of glass out, chances are you got a new piece of glass where you won't have to clean it up at all. You'll be putting it back in your sash. But inside the sash, you're going to have either tape residue or you're going to have silicone residue inside the sash. So what you need to do at this point, and you have these also these rubber blocks, those are your setting blocks. You're going to need those to put back in. But at this point, you need to clean this tape off or clean the silicone off. Best thing to do is get your wood chisel. Once again, set the sash down flat. Use the back part of the chisel to set on the leg and pull it towards you. That will be removing the tape off of that area. You just keep pulling it until you remove the tape with applying some pressure on there. Once you have all the tape removed all the way off, then you can do 2 things. You can either use a glazing tape, a double-sided glazing tape. You can pick this up at Lowe's or Home Depot. You put that back around the perimeter of the sash, You also could use 100% silicone, which you're going to need either way. If you use the tape, you want to use the silicone and just put a dab at each corner where the tape joints come together. If you use silicone, you can also just run silicone the whole way around the sash before you put your new glass in. Either way will work. Just make sure that if you're using the silicone, you're getting it fully over the whole area, so there's no voids in that, so you won't get any water in. Using the tape, once again, you need silicone anyhow to put in between the tape joints. So then you get your new piece of glass after you put your silicone or your tape in, and you just set your new piece of glass in to the frame. You drop it in, and then your parting beads will then go back into the sash. Just simply put them in with a small mallet or a paddle or a hammer. You just pound them back in, and you can do that the whole way around the sash. On the other sash, on our new window, you won't be pounding the bead in, it just pushes in around the outside. So that's how you change the glass out of a sash. Also, putting the beads back into the Sevolution series window, the new window that we have, it is a push-in instead of a pound-in. So all that you have to do is start it into the channel. You just use your fingers and you can just push it right in the whole length of the window. And it snaps right in.